Hi everyone, my name's Natasha in case you don't already know me, and this little video I'm going to show you 3 different options for bolsters. But first, the easiest thing that you might have access to is a strap. This is actually just a belt. It looks very much like my yoga strap, really easy to hold on to. And then you've got like these square scarves or just a normal winter scarf that you might have. So really easy to replace your strap. You could also use a necktie if you're a guy that doesn't have scarves. In terms of blocks, you want to find your thickest books and pre-measure. So measure the different height of the block that you might use and know what different combinations of books you might need in your practice. One of the easiest bolsters you can make is if you have access to a woolen blanket, like the ones that you have at a yoga studio. You want to fold it up a couple of times until you've got it this shape. And then you just roll it up nice and tightly into your bolster. Now it's not that thick, but it's quite solid and firm. It's not very long either. So if you're taller than me, which is not very hard, I'm pretty short, you might use some extra pillows at the end to support your head when you go to use the bolster. These next 2 options I have borrowed from a friend of mine who's also a yoga teacher, and she demonstrated these for her students, and I think they're brilliant. What you'll need is a decent sized towel, if you've got one at home, a little bit bigger than average if possible. If you don't, just work with what you've got. First option is to get a pillow, something that's soft, obviously not a memory foam pillow or anything too hard that you can't squish up. And what you need to leave is a little bit of the towel at the beginning to use to help you roll. So you pop the pillow down, grab that excess towel that I mentioned and you put it over the pillow, and then you want to squish the pillow down as you roll it up nice and tightly. And before you get to the end, you want to pull it up towards you and then use the corner to wedge into or tuck into the rest of the towel. Okay, so that's option number 2 for a bolster, is just using a pillow. It's a little bit softer than the blankets, but it's still a nice good shape. You could use it for yin yoga to lean on. If you're doing like a butterfly shape, you could use it to lean on. You can still use it underneath your back. Again, you might have the option of the pillows underneath your head, and then you can lie back. It's still a decent height. It's nice and soft on the spine. So this is option number 3. It's going to be a little bit harder than the pillow version. And what you'll need is another towel, and then anything that you might have. This is like an aeroplane-y kind of blanket, sheet that I had at home, another towel, another blanket. It doesn't matter what you've got, just find what you can. Again, you want to leave a little bit of space at the end for you to flip the towel over the blankets that you've got or whatever you're using. And then you want to tightly roll the blankets up. So again, you're going to roll it nice and tightly. When before you get to the end, you're pulling up that part, the last part of the towel, and you're going to wedge it and tuck it into the rest of the towel. Again, this is option number 3. It is a lot firmer than option number 2. Can be used in the same way. This option might be good for things like Viparita Karani. I hope this video has helped you to find an option that you have at home to make yourself a bolster and find some options for blocks and straps, and that it helps you get more out of your home yoga practice, whether you're practicing online with live classes with us or practicing your own practice.